All right, today we're diving into the book Neural Ignition and pulling out some simple but super powerful brain exercises. These are things you can do to explode your focus and your memory. So, let's jump right in.
You know that feeling, right? It's like your brain has way too many tabs open all at once. You're trying to work, but your mind is just bouncing around. You're thinking about emails, what's for dinner, that weird comment your boss made, and that one song that's stuck in your head. It's just total mental chaos. And all that chaos, well, it leads to these moments that I'm sure we've all had. You know, you walk into a room with a clear purpose, and poof, it's gone. You have no idea why you're there. Or you realize you've just read the same paragraph over and over again. It is so frustrating. It really feels like our brains are just letting us down.
So, let's get into it. Why does this happen? Look, this feeling isn't just you. It's a real thing. People call it brain fog, and it's pretty much a direct result of the world we live in now. I mean, we are just constantly bombarded with information, and honestly, our brains are struggling to keep up. Okay, check this out. 8 seconds. Seriously, just 8 seconds. Studies are showing that our average attention span has plummeted to that. That's actually less than a goldfish. And look, this is really important. This is not some personal failing on your part. It's just a reflection of the crazy, hyper-distracted world we're all living in.
But here's the good news. And honestly, this is probably the most important idea we're going to talk about today. Your brain, it's not this fixed, static thing. It's a muscle. And just like any other muscle in your body, you can actually train it. You can make it stronger, faster, and way more focused.
So the actual science behind this has a name. It's called neuroplasticity. And what that means is your brain has this incredible, proven ability to reorganize itself, to literally rewire itself based on what you do and what you experience. Think about that for a second. You are the architect of your own mind. Every single time you learn something new or practice a skill, you are physically building new pathways in your brain.
And I just love this quote from Neural Ignition because it puts it so perfectly. It's this idea that your brain is not a hard drive with some finite amount of space. It's not going to just get full. No, it's a living, dynamic muscle. And it gets stronger with the right kind of exercise. You can nurture it and build it up every single day.
So really, this all boils down to making a shift from what's called a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. It's the huge difference between saying, I'm just bad at remembering names, versus asking yourself, okay, how can I get better at remembering names? That one little shift in how you see it, that's the first giant leap toward a sharper mind.
Okay, so if the brain really is a muscle, how do we actually work it out? Let's get down to the practical stuff. We are going to walk through 3 really simple but really effective exercises from the book that you can start using like today.
All right, exercise number 1. This one is an ancient technique, and it's all about supercharging your memory. I'm talking people have been using this for centuries, from Roman orators all the way to modern-day memory champions. It's called the Memory Palace.
So here's how it works. It's actually pretty cool. First, you choose a place you know inside and out, like your own home. Now, you mentally place the things you need to remember in specific spots along a path. So, for your grocery list, you could imagine a carton of milk exploding out of your mailbox, a giant loaf of bread blocking the front door, and maybe eggs splattered all over your TV. The crazier and more vivid the image, the easier it is to remember. Then, when you need to recall the list, you just take a mental walk through your house and see all the items.
Okay, moving on to exercise number 2. This is a tool for those moments when your mind is just racing and you cannot focus on what's right in front of you. Think of this one as an instant reset button for your brain. It's called the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 grounding method.
This one is so simple, but wow, is it effective. Wherever you are, just stop for a second. And you start by naming 5 things you can see around you. Then you shift your focus to 4 things you can physically feel, like your feet on the floor or the texture of your shirt. After that, it's 3 things you can hear, then 2 things you can smell, and finally, 1 thing you can taste. It's an amazing trick because it just yanks your brain out of that chaotic spiral of thoughts and plants it firmly back in the present moment.
All right, and our third and final exercise is designed to really sharpen your attention to detail and boost your powers of observation. This one's called the mental snapshot. So for this one, just grab any object near you, a coffee mug, a pen, whatever, or even just look at a picture. Study it for about 30 seconds. I mean, really study it. Try to soak in every single detail. Then you close your eyes and try to recreate it in your mind. What was the exact color? Were there any words on it? Did you see any tiny scratches or patterns? It feels like a simple game, but it's a killer workout for your brain's focus muscle. Okay, so now you've got the exercises. You have the tools. But, and this is a big but, knowing how to do them is only half the battle. The real secret, the thing that actually makes a difference, isn't doing them once in a while. It's making them a consistent part of your routine.
And this right here, this is maybe the most crucial point for making any of this actually stick. The goal isn't to block off an hour on a Sunday for some intense brain training. No way. It is so much better to do 2 minutes on a Monday, 1 minute on a Wednesday, and maybe 5 minutes on a Friday. It's those small, consistent efforts that really build those lasting neural pathways.
And just look at how easy this can be to fit into your week. On Monday morning, while you're waiting for your coffee to brew, do a quick mental snapshot of something in your kitchen. Wednesday afternoon, when you hit that 3 p.m. slump, use the 5-4-3-2-1 method to get back on track. And hey, Friday evening, why not build a memory palace for your weekend errands? See? This is not about adding more stress or more things to your to-do list. It's about cleverly using those little pockets of time that you already have.
Okay, let's wrap this all up. At the end of the day, the goal here isn't just about being able to memorize a longer grocery list. It's about something much, much bigger. It's about taking back control of your own mind.
So, if we boil it all down, here's what you need to remember. First, your brain is not fixed. It can and will change. Second, focus isn't something you either have or you don't. It is a skill you can build. Third, the key to building it is using these simple daily exercises. And finally, the most important part, just start small, stay consistent. And this is why all of this matters so much. We live in a world that is literally engineered to steal your attention. So in that world, your ability to control your own focus, to choose what you pay attention to, that is your greatest superpower. It really is. It determines the quality of your work, the quality of your relationships, the quality of your entire life.
So, I'm going to leave you with this one question. The power to actually change your brain isn't some far-off idea. It's literally in your hands, right here, right now. So the only real question left is, what will you choose to focus on first?